upper ribs particularly go anterior. And sometimes they get stuck on exhalation, and they're more posterior. We can correct those. So you palpate those as you go through the ribs here, anterior, posterior. Same thing out here. Palpate and lateral. If we found a anterior rib out, we need to push it back in. That's what we're going to do. So, I'll tell you what. Do this side first. Anterior, we want to make it go posterior. So what we're going to use is serratus, pull it back with. Let's just say it's right here, so you can see my fingers. So I'm going to actually use this kind of grip. We're actually going to push down on the rib.
Is your rib anterior on the right side?
Yes, let's say it's anterior right. So I'm going to tell her to push into my hand. And as she pushes, I'm going to push down on the rib. Okay, so activating serratus. That's going to pull those ribs back. And we're also assisting it by pushing it on the front of the rib. So pretty easy little thing. 3 to 5 second holds for muscle energy. Do 3 to 5 repetitions. See how it's like. You can breathe again, or you can just do kind of push and just do straight mobs. 5, 10, 20 mobs. See if it moves back.
Are you on a rib or in between?
I'm right on the rib. So you see our little model, but I'm right on the head of the rib. So I'm going to be just off the sternum here, kind of right on that, right there. So I'm doing that right there. So you see the rib, I'll put my thumb right there, I'm pushing back. And then the serratus out here, and it's pulling the rib back that way.
Is that effective for lower ribs too?
It can be, yes. Now serratus, you can use this serratus actually will get most of the upper and mid ribs, not the very lower as much, so it's not as effective down there. We'll show you some different techniques, but here we typically 11 and 12 we use quadratus. You can actually use contract, relax the quadratus. I have them pull up the hip to affect those. Those are not as effective because they're free-floating ribs. But you can get most of the upper and mid ribs with these techniques. Probably not as much with the lower. So we'll show you some better things. Okay. All right. So, okay. Have you sit. So if it's a posterior rib and we want to push it anterior, now we're going to use the pecs. So I want you to just take your arm. Have her bring her arm out and up right there. So I'm actually going to come back on the ribs back here. So come off the spinous process, off the transverse, more onto the rib. So we'll find that specific rib. I'm going to take my hand right there, and I'm actually going to pull out and have her resist as I'm pushing up and in. And relax. Take a little more slack up on the rib. And that right there. So I'm pulling out and having her resist that, which activates the pecs. And I'm pushing in on the ribs in the back. So I'm pulling out, push right there on the rib. Same thing.